Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done a live stream. And we have a couple more scheduled. And we will get those out. Dude, go.
Fine.
Sorry. Children are trying to come down here and then they're like in pajamas and stuff. Anyway. Have a couple more live streams planned out. That'll be coming soon. And I'll be putting a notification up so that you guys can see that. You can see the dates. And with the big live stream that is really coming up is August 7th. And that is going to be at the Titans, the Game of Titans Championship, which I'm really, really excited about because there's going to be a lot of great people there doing fun security things, and they'll be in the actual Project Ares gaming platform competing against one another. So that is really cool, and I get to live stream the whole thing. So we'll have lots of things planned around that. It will be a really, really fun event. I'm really looking forward to that for sure. What's going on, Man Flags? So that's coming up. Like I said, we'll announce more on that. A couple more live streams. I have a lot of new content coming out, a lot of new content that I'm developing, putting together. So I've been trying to remain like a little bit more active and getting stuff out. Huh?
Good night.
Good night. I'll be up in a minute. Darn kids. She's not going to bed yet. She's such a liar. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, more content coming out. We're going to keep doing the Microsoft certification series. Still doing the help desk series. Have a couple more things that I can't really talk about yet that are coming, which I'm really excited about. Lady Nike, I'm going to answer questions while I do this, so I'm sorry. Lady Nike says, I'm an analyst in the Army and just started school for IT. I want to get to work. You want to get out to work IT. How hard do you think it would be for me? I don't really think it would be that hard, to be honest with you. Just get some certifications, and you should be set, which you already have, probably a Security Plus certification, I would imagine, if you're in the Army. And yeah, you should be fine. Just figure out what you want to specialize in. Figure out what field you really want to get into. Samuel, hello. I appreciate that you like my videos. What's going on, Michael Hilton? Studying is actually going good. I've been studying here lately, which has been really fun because Linux is like not my strong suit at all. So I started their like the LSI Linux Essentials course, and I think I'm almost halfway through that, which is exciting for me because I've never been big into Linux at all. So I'm learning a lot there, and I enjoy it so far. It's fun learning like a whole different operating system after you've been familiar with like Windows or Mac OS for years upon years. So now my son's down here throwing stuff. It's a troublemaker. These kids, man. Yeah, so that's been fun. That's the studying that I've been going, that I've been going through lately. And CCENT is slowly but surely going to happen. It's something that I'm trying to plan out through all the other stuff that I have planned out. Foxhound, hey, you want to say thank you. Your tips help you get a job and help desk tier 1. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad I was able to help in any way. That is super cool. I have to grab this cup from my son before he drops it and breaks it. Be right back. Give me that. Okay. Sorry. Kids. It's always fun time here. 3 kids. It's always crazy. So yeah, congrats on the job. That's really cool. Chris, what's going on? What's my favorite Linux distro? You can't play with that, bro. Okay, say hi. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. No? Can't say hi? Favorite Linux distro? I mean, I haven't really been into much of them besides like Ubuntu. That's like the only one that I really have any prior knowledge and experience with, until I started going over like the Linux courses. So now I'm a little bit more familiarized with some of them, but Ubuntu is the only one that I'm familiar with. Sorry, these kids. As soon as I said like, "Hey, I'm going on a live stream," then everybody wants to be here. So upstairs somewhere. Once you get your Net Plus certification, what can you do? With a Net Plus, you could probably get help desk level 1 type job. Like a technology associate type of job. It's going to be pretty entry level with a Net Plus. I wouldn't expect to get into a networking job with just that, but there's always that possibility that you could. Jose, my videos motivate you to pursue an information technology even though I'm bad at math. Well, that's good, because you don't really need to know math for like 99.9% of the jobs in IT. So, you're lucky there. Anyway, other things that are coming up. First, here is. Hope that works. It worked. Sweet. So I'm trying out this Stream Deck thing, which is really cool because I'm going to be using it at the conference. And I don't have any Slack here. Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of Slack. So it has all these fancy buttons on it, and when I push them, I can send a chat or I can change like different scenes and stuff. But anyway, there's that. I am echoing. Well. Let me look into why I'm echoing. How's that? That's probably better. Hopefully it's better. Yeah, so I put the link in the chat for titans.circadence.com. You guys have like till the end of the night Mountain Time. It was like what, midnight Mountain Time or something to sign up for that, so that you guys can get into the Project Ares gaming platform and you can compete. It's a qualification round on July 27th and 28th, and from there you can potentially win a spot for Black Hat. So it's really cool. I'll talk about that more a little bit. Now I got to go through more chat. I'm sorry. Bad at math. Yeah, so CCNA you don't really need to have tons of math skills, so that's definitely a great starting point. Michael is a really smart guy. I'm connected with him on LinkedIn, and I see all the cool stuff that he's doing. So, congrats to you. Ben, so going for your CompTIA A+ and your Security Plus after, got an MTA Microsoft so far. Awesome. Which MTA do you have? Jose, an MCSA, it could be required that you have like the MCSA data certification, to get in there. Otherwise, you might have to get like some Oracle cert or something like that. It really depends. Some might not require like that specific certification, but they might require knowledge or a degree, something along those lines. MTA Windows Server, you're looking to get an IT desk job. Is that possible with just the MTA? Absolutely. You can definitely get a help desk job with just an MTA. That's for sure. I mean, MTA is the entry-level certification line from Microsoft. So if you're looking to get into a Microsoft environment, an MTA can definitely help you, because that MTA will at least know that you have that, kind of entry-level basic knowledge of, like, what'd you put, server? And that's kind of a lot, that's a lot to know. So an MTA, and like the MTA Server 2016, for instance, like if you had that, I mean, that shows that you kind of went through that process of learning, the fundamentals of what they're trying to show you throughout that essential certification, then there's a lot there. Like I said, there's a ton with servers. So definitely a good start for sure. Let's see. Justin Miller, you start on a help desk in a hospital in a week. My videos helped you with the interview process. That's awesome. What specifically helped you in the interview process from one of my videos? If you can remember. If not, no big deal. I just like to kind of know where you guys are learning the most. That helps me with like what I'm trying to do. With no certs, what cert should you study for now since you're on the help desk and an associate's in IT? It depends on which way you really want to go. I mean, you already landed the job without a certification, so that's like already a +1 in your book, really. So as you're kind of going through this help desk job and you're there for a few months, year, whatever, you'll kind of figure out like what area you might want to specialize in. So I would wait like, a few months or so as you're in this help desk job and see what like different areas like really pique your interest. You could like networking, you could like that server system administration. You might find that you like, being a developer if you guys have developers there. So there's lots of possibilities. CI security degree, no certs. What about that question now? Madara, I don't know, I'm terrible at names. What's up, Francisco? How you doing? You weren't first today, buddy. Sorry. So anyway, back to what's going on. Part of what I'm trying to do, I was just kind of talking before about the different content that I'm putting together. So we have the Microsoft certification series, we have the help desk series. We're working on a couple other different, series that I'd like to keep doing. And I'm really excited about a lot of them. I'm really excited about the Microsoft one, and the help desk series is just fun. I really enjoy doing the help desk series. In the last video I did, I kind of made a little bit of a joke out of what I was doing at first, but I just like to have fun with it. So you'll probably see more stuff like that in the help desk series. You'll probably see a lot of goofy stuff with the help desk series, but at the end of the day, like, you're gonna learn something. So you might get a laugh out of it, and I get a laugh out of it, but when you watch the whole thing, you'll learn something. And that's kind of the point of that. Other things that are happening, I'm trying to work with a lot of different people, and part of that is that I just hired 2 people to work for me and helping me do this. So I hired somebody to do marketing for me, and she takes care of like a lot of the social media stuff, like the reach out for that, planning stuff, scheduling stuff, and things like that. We get together and I kind of give her an idea on what I want out there, and like she takes care of all that for me, because social media takes a lot of time. Like I could get lost doing social media on a daily basis for this YouTube channel, because I have to be persistent, obviously, and she is a huge help. Let's put it that way, because social media is just terrible. So yeah, you'll see more about that. I have to reach out to her because I want her to be in a video where I kind of interview her a little bit and we talk about what she's doing and things like that. So there's that. And then I hired somebody who's partnership. He's going to be my partnership manager, director, whatever you want to call it. He handles partnerships with other companies. He is going to actually doing a video with me this coming week, and hopefully I can get it out next week also. But he's going to come on because we together, me and this guy, I'm not going to name names right now, have a really interesting relationship, and how we met and how we built our relationship and how we came together to work together. He's been a huge help in getting things put together for me on the business side of things, which has been pretty big. And I couldn't be thankful enough for this guy. So I'm really excited for that interview coming up. So there's that. And we'll talk more about the Titans gaming championship. We'll talk more about Project Ares because Project Ares is freaking huge. Like, I'm gonna actually do a video where we go actually into the game, and you guys are gonna play along with me a little bit. So I'm really excited about that. We'll plan out a live stream day for that because that'll be big. That'll be a lot of fun. Let me check on the chat because I know things have been happening here. What's up, 1990 King? How you doing? Let's see, Justin Miller. The series on Active Directory helped a ton, learning some PowerShell and going way back to the basic videos where you went over different basics really helped because they asked a lot of questions. Yeah. Interviews are fun. A lot of questions you were able to answer based on my videos. Well, that's like really awesome to hear. I love hearing that stuff. There's so many people that like come back and say, hey, I watched one of your videos a few months ago and it helped me do this. And I'm just like, wow, like that's crazy. Like I actually helped somebody, you know, that's why I do this. It's very overwhelming at times. Not in a bad way. It's just crazy. Let's see. If you're looking for a job, a degree, it's fine with experience. Though you do get a cert and keep learning. It's very good advice. Is it true that system administrator jobs are going to be faded out because of cloud computing? And also, what would be other job option IT that will grow worth pursuing? I don't think a system administrator job would be phasing out. I think you would be looking at more of a different type of title or job duties in relation to system administration, because a lot of it, you know, you may have where Microsoft and Azure, for instance, you know, they manage maybe updates on the server or just, you know, manage the fact that the server is on their facilities and, you know, they maintain hardware and all that stuff, whatever. But you still have to have somebody on your end who's going to manage, you know, your Azure, you know, cloud servers and things like that. So I don't necessarily think it's going to go away or anything. It might dwindle a little bit because I know like some of these, you know, like Azure and AWS, they have, you know, they have different contracts and stuff that you can get involved with that have a lot more management involved. But you'll still have somebody who needs to manage the different applications on the server to your specific environment and things like that. So, yeah, I don't think it's gonna fade out completely, but it'll be around. Francisco, I do have a Twitch channel, and I know that when I stream to both of them because I use this. Why is this warning your settings recommended? Oh, wrong keyframe. Okay. I had to fix both of those. That's crazy. Sorry. So I use this service called Restream. It's restream.io. And it lets me stream to Twitch and to YouTube and to Facebook at the same time. So it's pretty cool. But we'll definitely be, especially when we get more involved with Project Ares, we'll be doing Twitch a lot more. And we'll be doing both, of course. But, yeah, we'll have both going. Well, sorry, reading and trying to talk is not my friend tonight. Yeah, we'll have Twitch going more, though, to answer your question. But I think on Twitch, I'm just IT career questions. Pretty sure. You know crap about IT, but you want to learn. Well, I mean, you come to the right spot because I have a lot of videos that will help you in your path to learning IT. Jesse says, working in the industry for many years and currently mentoring folks working in help desk looking to advance. My suggestion would be learn Windows 10 troubleshooting, Office 365, basics of Config Manager, Pouch. Okay, yeah, that's good advice. Office 365 is big. It's going to be getting probably a lot bigger. I mean, definitely a lot bigger. Let me link you to the Twitch channel, twitch.com.tv, I mean, whatever.
Both on new weapon again?
I don't even know what the URL is. Let's see. Twitch.tv/questions. I don't even know what the... There we go. Here's a link in the chat. That should work. What certs do you have and what degrees have you obtained? So all of my experience in IT is related to experience. I've worked in IT for 18 years, and I started at a really good time. So, no certs, no degrees. I just left my hospital, the job at a hospital where I was the mobile device administrator and handled a lot of the security for the environment. That was fun. So I'm actually planning out a couple things. Again, I can't really talk about it because there's things involved there. But I should actually have a certification pretty soon. So that'll be exciting. We'll talk more about that later. Not today. Another day. Thank you, Jesse S. I appreciate that. And love from Nepal from Jason. What's up? Ben says, thank you for the videos. Been learning a lot. Well, more like a lot better explanation on commands, like command or CMD and whatnot. A lot better than my college teachers did. Well, that's good. I mean, I try to help. Let's see. This person, I'm not even going to try to butcher your name. You have a bachelor's in IT and you're not even able to find an entry-level job. No search, just recently graduated. I have a video coming out about something related exactly to what you're saying very soon. I just have to edit it and upload it. But I definitely talk about the trouble that you're having right now. Provided the link. My hat is awesome. My hat is totally cool. I love my hat. I love this shirt too. I've got it, so I'm pretty excited about that. Thanks. 18 years. How old are you, man? I look like I'm in the 20s? Well, that's good. That's sweet. I mean, that's really good. I mean, I'm, like, totally pumped up about that. Like, that's good news. Question, do employers care if your bachelor's is in information technology versus a bachelor titled computer network and cybersecurity? Well, yes. I mean, one kind of will say that it focuses a lot more in something than the other. So information technology is just very broad, and who knows what the heck you learned in a degree path for that. Where computer network and cybersecurity, that kind of lays out exactly what you've learned and exactly where you're going to have a lot of knowledge in. And yeah, definitely looks pretty good. So you can definitely say that employers do care. Channel is really up to date and informative, and you really appreciate the answers. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help any way that I can. Like, that's what I'm here for. That's why I do what I do. Just so I can help people. So if you guys learn something from me and the videos that I put out, that's great. I'm happy that I can do something for you. And I want to keep it going, and I want to keep teaching you guys more. Excuse me. Provide you with the resources that you need to learn more, because that's really important. And then if I don't have the answers, like, I always try to get people on here who have more knowledge than I do, or have knowledge in a different field or different area of this field than I do. That's really, really important to me. So with like going to the Black Hat Conference the beginning of August, I'm hoping that I can interview more people in the security field. You know, that's one field that I am extremely interested in and that I want to be in. If, you know, I have more news, I guess, that I can't really divulge on too much until it's like 100% official. But I want to make sure that I am prepared if the time were to ever come where I needed to go back and work real life, or, you know, contract for somebody in real life just because it's fun. I know for sure, like, if I got called up and somebody said, hey, can you help us with our security in our environment? Like, even though I'm doing YouTube all the time and trying to plan stuff out for that, like, I would totally go and help them with their security stuff, because that's something that I'm really interested in and passionate about. So, you know, there's things in life that make you do one thing over the other, you know what I'm saying? But I would never sacrifice what I'm doing here because I'm helping people. You know, security would be great, be fun to do. Would never be able to do it full time unless like this channel just exploded and died, you know. But hopefully this channel like explodes with, you know, more people watching and learning because that's important. Dakota, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. What part of IT do I not like? You really had trouble with learning Java and object-oriented Java. Maybe the teachers at the school couldn't teach. So yeah, programming, I wouldn't say that I don't like it because I've been learning different aspects of programming a lot lately. It's not my favorite, you know, like that's like my least favorite area of the field is programming. Any type of programming or development, like there's no way that I can get behind a screen all day coding, like staring at just no, I can't. I couldn't do it. There's no way that I could do that all day. And like, thank you to the people who can do that because we need you. But yeah, I don't think I could do that. I'm sorry. Michael, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that, though. Seriously. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. That's so cool. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so I'm sorry. Ben, you switched to cybersecurity from CIS. To me, it seems more interesting, fun. I would definitely say that cybersecurity is going to be a very interesting field to a lot of people, a lot of different people. No matter what your background is or what you're most interested in, cybersecurity is very interesting as a whole. And I think everybody needs to learn a lot of the fundamentals of what, you know, the theory behind cybersecurity is, why it's there, why it exists, and again, what you need to know about it. Binary number, what is going on, boss? So the first Zach was right, Z-A-C-H. That's how I spell my name. You're taking your CCNA class now. Is it just me or it's the course? Because they are a lot to do than what I thought. A lot of reading labs. I don't know. See, I don't know where you're taking your class at for the CCNA, but I mean, there is going to be a lot of reading involved occasionally, you know, depending on where you're taking the course at. But I mean, for labs, like that's probably one of the most important things that you could be doing. I know that there's probably like video labs that you could follow online so that you could learn via video and that's it. You wouldn't have to read anything. You could just follow along. I'm sure there's plenty of people on the YouTube that can guide you through that path. Any advice for starting your own IT business side hustle consultant work? Chandler, I did a video on that probably a couple months ago or so. I would definitely go and find that if you can. If not, send me an email and I will add it to my list of videos to make again. That way I can kind of go into more detail if I didn't go into enough detail from that previous video. So yeah, you can do that. Let's see. Somebody says that CCNA is a lot of memorizing and be able to understand the concept in and out. It's a great cert to have. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of memorizing involved in the Cisco track for sure. Should you get A+ even if you have a bachelor's degree in IT, or is it more to get an entry-level job? If there's a company that's out there that requires the A+, that's going to be like the only time that you're actually going to need it. What? Why do you want to come on so bad?
Because.
Why?
Because.
Okay, you can go on the live stream. There you go.
Which way do I go?
Well, the camera's right there.
Forward?
It's right here. You see that?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, sorry. My daughter wants to. She wants to be a YouTuber, I think.
Yeah. Now am I in there?
No, kind of. Half of you. Oh, now you're hiding. Great.
Okay, there we go.
Say hi.
Hi.
I gotta answer more questions. You gonna help me answer questions about IT?
Sure.
Okay.
Can I sit on your lap?
No, dude. There's not enough room.
Dude, I can't. I don't want to.
Hey, fine.
Yeah.
I gotta fit Bubba now too. That's IT baby. See, here he comes too.
Baby.
Ah. Yeah, we got all the kids now.
Not all the kids.
Now it's gonna be a super interesting live stream. Yeah. Yeah. You're crazy. You're nuts, dude. All right, let's see. Oh, shh.
Jeez, man.
Don't pull her hair, bro. Sorry, he's pulling hair.
He's like a pulling hair. Boy.
Anyway, A+, a lot of jobs will require the A+, but it's not necessarily needed if you have a bachelor's degree. So, sorry it took me so long to answer that. Derek says, thanks for your knowledge and information. You've become an amazing resource for my career development. Looking to get a job in system administration. Will MTAs be enough to get me there? Probably not, but anything is possible. Anything is definitely possible. Bring him upstairs. Courtney said. You can take that. Dakota, I'm very glad that you're loving the new job. That's awesome, dude. I'm so proud of you. I want to interview you because you are somebody who had no prior experience in IT, had no certifications, no degrees in IT, and then you moved just so that you... All right, leave him. He's fine. Anyway, you went out and you moved, and then you landed a job in IT. And I don't think you got your certification yet, your A+. I know you're working on that.
So, wait, I'll hang a little bit.
Yeah, lots of kids here. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, yeah, I want to get you on so we can chat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shh. Last question. On average, how much should an IT professional be prepared to study for their job? Monthly, semi-annual, annually, and about how much study time would you say the average IT does? So that's going to vary depending on how much you want to learn and where you want to be.
Where is it?
Checking them. You'll always be learning if that's something that you want to do. If you don't want to learn, you'll probably do it like annually, where you try to figure out something new, you know. But you always need to be learning. Let's see. Felix, you're going in your sophomore year of college. You're majoring in computer information systems. You have no experience in IT. Well, I mean, you're on the right track with majoring in computer information. So keep at it. You'll go great places, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, Network Plus is definitely going to be much easier than the CCNA binary, for sure. Thank you, Dakota. I appreciate that. Shh. I'm trying to get caught up on all this chat. Sorry. Let's see. Which of these do you think will grow in the next 5 years? These are the paths that you chose in college: process innovation, data analytics, process innovation. Data analytics, for sure, and then cybersecurity, like 100%. You're 16 years old, rising junior, and you were wondering if it's too early to study for your A+. Former, it is definitely not too early to study for your A+. You can study for that as soon as you want, and then you can take it as soon as you want. Have I ever worked? I have worked as a contractor a couple times. Jose, thank you. Yeah, they drive me nuts sometimes, especially when they come back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then they're loud and screaming while I'm trying to do this. But I mean, that's part of being a dad and part of having kids, so it is what it is. Somebody wants to know what you want to be when you grow up, Macy. What do you want to be when you grow up? She wants to work in IT like her dad and work on computers.
No.
What do you mean no? Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You want to be a nerd just like
No.
me.
I don't want to be a nerd.
You're already a nerd.
I'm not.
You're a nerd just like me.
I'm not.
And you look just like me, so you should work in IT just like me.
You're funny.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to. I don't know.
She doesn't know. She has
Maybe
no
work
idea.
at Walmart?
Work at Walmart? Are you kidding me?
What? It's fun.
Oh, kid. Oh, you got a lot to learn. Oh my gosh. You're definitely gonna work in IT. I can't believe you just said that. Oh, we're gonna have a talk later. Better not be your hopes and dreams. Your path career is first A+ to Cisco networking to Cisco security to cybersecurity. Is this a good ideal pathway? Yeah, but I would look at A+ and then security plus, and I mean then you can work your way towards that Cisco path.
Never.
Oh, Dakota, that's sweet. So your company is going to just let you take the time. They're not going to pay for your A+, because you should get them to pay for your A+. But if they don't pay for your A+, make sure that they give you more money, since now you're certified. Mama is upstairs. She's with the third child. Have I done multiple contracts at once? No, I've never done multiple contracts at once. What am I looking forward to at the Black Hat Conference? I'm really looking forward to talking with people there and like hearing their story. I know a lot of them probably won't agree to like being on a live interview or anything like that with me, or just doing any type of interview, but I really want to hear like people's stories, you know, how they got into security, why they got into that field. So that's kind of one thing that I'm looking forward to. The other thing is just experiencing it. You know, I want to see what I can learn from being there, because there's a ton of stuff going on there. So I think the experience is going to be like huge. Talking with people is going to be huge. But I want to take it all in. I want to take in as much as I possibly can, because I've never been to Las Vegas, so that's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for Black Hat. I can't even. I don't think I can put into words like how excited I am about Black Hat, and I'm probably not showing how excited I am. But yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. So I'll do another video coming up where I talk more about Black Hat and how excited I am. Tonight's not that night though. Felix, what is my advice for getting experience in IT for a sophomore in college? What cert should you get to get started in data analytics or cybersecurity? So to get started in cybersecurity, go for the Security Plus. Keep going right in front of the camera.
Oh,
You're such a stinker, dude. Stinker. So yeah, Security Plus for data analytics. I would look at the MTA data certification. And then advice for getting experience, try to find if you can intern at your college. That would be huge. Other places offer internships in the summers and things like that. And then you can kind of go and see if there's any small mom and pop shops around, and see if you can work for them for a little bit. Let's see. What is the best A+ practice test site? I couldn't tell you what the best one is, honestly. I really don't know who has the best practice test. I would have to look into that and see what some of the different companies offer. And I don't want to misspeak and tell you that a company has it when they don't. So let me look into that, and I'll get back to you. Chandler, you live in the Chicagoland area as well, and you want to know what are the top 3 IT companies to work for in Chicago. Groupon's in Chicago. McDonald's is based out of Chicago. Well, let's see. McDonald's is in the suburbs. They're in Elmhurst, I think. But top 3 IT companies specifically, I guess, if that's what you're looking for, just IT companies, I'm not sure. I live here, and I don't even pay attention to what happens here, especially in Chicago, because Chicago's a crap hole. I mean, it's great to visit like once every 10 years for me, and I'm good. I don't have to go there anymore. But Chicago's annoying. Good book for A+. I have a couple of good books for A+. There you go. Pow! I love this little thing. This little thing's sweet. I gotta just hit a button. For Black Hat, I'm also super excited about live streaming the Game of Titans championship. That's gonna be huge. I cannot wait to do that. Let's see. Planning to migrate to Dubai. 2 years of experience here in the Philippines. Can you please give any tips? What are the best certifications I need to get before you go to Dubai? To Dubai, you'd probably want to make sure, depending on what field you want to get into, you might want to look at some of the like higher up certs. MCSA, MCSE, CCIE, CCNA, maybe. But, excuse me, you're probably going to have a lot of competition in Dubai. So, it varies. What is my thought on the Google IT Support Professional Certificate? You just got it. I don't have any thoughts on it, quite honestly. I'm not going to have any thoughts on that until companies start adapting that as, something that they either require or that they actually place a lot of value in. It's really hard to say whether or not it's going to be valued highly or not, because it's pretty new. I think it's a great certification, though, to give you a lot of the fundamentals and things like that, get you started. But again, I don't know how much weight is going to be placed on that in the job pool. Whoa, man, why don't you like your city? Well, I lived like 15 minutes south of Chicago my entire life. Well, 26 years. 26 years I lived in like the south suburbs of Chicago. And I don't miss it. I don't miss a thing about it. Like, I live out here like 90 miles west of Chicago, and it's great. It's peaceful, and there's no traffic. There's also nothing here, but that's quite all right. So, I don't miss Chicago. Not one thing about it. Let's see. You'll be stopping at Books A Million here soon for a Python coding book as well. All right, good luck, man. Can you get a job with a CIS degree and an MTA or Security Plus out of college? I mean, yeah, you should be able to get a job, like, for sure, but I don't know how long it's going to take you, and I don't know how well you interview, so it could take you a while. What resource do you recommend for the MTA and Security Plus? So for MTA and Security Plus, there's Skillsoft. There's a link in the description for Skillsoft. Or you can use IT Pro TV. Those are both two really good sites that have a lot of great content on there for Microsoft and CompTIA. So look into one of those, see which one works for you, see which one you like the best, and go from there. Each of them delivers content in a different way. So depending on what you like better, there you go. What certification is better, Azure or AWS? That's a hard one. I mean, AWS has kind of got the market for sure. I mean, I think they have the majority of the market right now. Not the majority, but most people are using AWS. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. I think Azure has a lot of room to grow. Plus, it's Microsoft, so you got that right there. I've ever thought about working for Google or Microsoft or any other major tech company because they don't care about degrees anymore. I have personally never thought about it. I mean, I guess thought about it like years ago, like how cool that would be, but now I couldn't do it. Now it'd be way too much to move my entire family there. Even though it'd be like the opportunity of a lifetime, Couldn't do it. Well, because my daughter that was in this live stream, she splits time, you know, between myself and her mother. So I don't think I could leave her. Like, I don't think I could move, you know, 2,000 miles away to go work for Microsoft and Google. You know, being a father is much more important than that type of opportunity to me. What are my thoughts about cybersecurity in Minneapolis? I don't know anything about Minneapolis, but I know that cybersecurity is huge. So no matter where you're at, where you go, cybersecurity is big. How do you get volunteer experience in IT? You contact everybody that you can possibly think of that works for a company that has an IT department. And maybe you can volunteer your time there or intern there, or you go to non-for-profit agencies and things like that, churches, schools even sometimes, like private schools or something crazy, stupid, I don't know. Sorry. And see if you can volunteer there doing stuff. There's a lot of ways that you can get experience in IT. That was loud. Let's see. How do you entry-level help desk position, more preferred cert, CCNA, or MTA? Entry-level help desk, you'd probably be looking at one of the MTAs. Is it okay to start in MCSA, or should I start to MTA? Can you give me your opinion? It depends on how much knowledge you have. It depends on which, you know, MTA, MCSA you're looking at, and how much knowledge you really have in that area. I mean, you can definitely skip the MTA altogether if you have a lot of experience in Server 2016, for instance. You know, what's the point? The MTA is going to teach you a lot of the fundamentals, but if you've already been working in Server 2016 for the last year or two, you know, you would probably be better off going for the MCSA. Are the test out certs looking as good as CompTIA certs? I don't personally know anything about the test out certs other than I've heard of them. But again, I don't want to say that, you know, they're going to be the best or up to par with CompTIA. It's all going to really rely on the industry accepting them as something that is valid. You know, just because, you know, they come out with test out comes out with their own certifications doesn't mean that, you know, A, B, and C company are going to say, yeah, that's a great certification and it holds a lot of value here, and if you have that certification, you're definitely a top contender for employment. You know, that's really what a lot of these new certifications that are coming out are going to have to wait to find out, you know, what their value is. You know, CompTIA has been around for a really long time. So their certifications have value, right? And I mean, they hold their weight. Everybody knows CompTIA. You know, they're required everywhere. So until, like, different companies and stuff start requiring you to have a test out cert or a Google certification, it's, you know, there's a lot that could happen there. There's a lot that might not happen. It really depends. Chris is a jerk, and we don't talk about Chris anymore because he's a jerk. I don't think he knows what YouTube is anymore. He's good though. Terrible. I saw Chris a couple weeks ago. He's fine. He's Chris. He's a loser. Any familiarity with the DevOps side of things? What are similarities between DevOps, sysadmin, and sysengineer? Differences. DevOps is more of a group type of effort. You know, it's a combination of developers and your IT operations, which would be, you know, your sysadmins and things like that. So it's that mixture, you know. You're more or less coming into a planned structure of things. I have a video coming out about this. I'll leave it to that. I don't want to go too much into detail on DevOps right now. Should you stay away from contract jobs or wait for a permanent job? I would never wait for a job if you have a contract job that's opening up. Like, why? Don't ever do that. If you need a job, work as a contractor. There's nothing wrong with that. The best thing about working as a contractor or a temporary employee is you get experience and you learn something and you learn a different business environment. Every single business environment that is out there is completely different from one another. So, like, you could work contract job to contract job to contract job. And even though your title could be the same throughout all of them, say your help desk at all three of these different companies that you were doing contract work for, every environment, all three of those are going to be completely different. And you're going to gain a lot of experience from learning the different ways that everybody does things and the different applications and things that they have there. So, highly suggest it. You start your A+ Net Plus boot camp tomorrow, lasting 6 weeks. Any study tips? Oh, man. I'm sorry. I need a drink. I'm pretty sure I don't have a drink over here. So, I'll be coughing. But any study tips, I would try to figure out the best way that you can either write stuff down or put it in like a Google Docs, something like that. And they're vacuuming and being so loud upstairs, so I apologize. What's up, Veer? Now you working or not? I'm always working. I don't know what you're talking about. How do you experience in cybersecurity while in college? That's going to be really difficult to do unless you can find volunteer work where you can volunteer security, type services where you're analyzing their network or their infrastructure and things like that. Or maybe you're on the developer side and you can volunteer to, take a look if you can find any exploits or something's not working correctly and it could be a security risk. It's really going to depend a lot on you going out and finding this stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of weight placed on you doing work. Let's see. I'm trying to weed through this stuff. Go to college or apply with jobs just with certs. Is college even worth it in IT? So a lot of jobs will require that you have a college degree. So you could potentially lose out on a job opportunity because you don't have a degree. There's that. The same could be said for certifications. You could totally lose out on a job opportunity because you don't have a certification. Like, that's just the way it goes. So having both is obviously like the best because then you're like more than qualified most of the time, based on what's on paper, of course. So that's something that you have to make that decision yourself based on what your life looks like. What is your life plan, your life goals, and where are you at currently in your life? Do you have the time to go to college and get a degree, or do you just have time for certifications? Is SQL still important? Yes, SQL is still important. Although, they're definitely expanding the different, they're expanding a lot in that area. I'm getting tired and it's late now, so I can't talk. So I think we're going to end this live stream in like 2 minutes anyway, because I'm starting to get to the point where I'm going to cough a lot and then I'm going to ramble. Cities that are fastest growing in IT, Utah is going to be like one of the biggest right now. So look at Utah. Last question: what would you prefer in certification in your own opinion? Again, Cisco or Microsoft? Excuse me, I'm sorry. In my opinion, I don't know. I like both of them a lot, but I would much rather have a Cisco certification than a Microsoft certification. And that's nothing against Microsoft. It's just that I want to have more knowledge in Cisco, so I know if I had to pick one, it would require me to actually study a lot for Cisco to get a Cisco cert. For Microsoft, I could go and take like a MCSA in Server 2016. I'm sure I could pass it, right? So it's not something that I have to learn necessarily because I already have that knowledge. Duan Lightfoot is a beast. I love that guy. He's my bro. I figured he'd pop in here, but he's obviously too busy, and that's all right. But yeah, Duan's a beast for sure. How much on average can you learn in U.S. with 4 years of experience in Active Directory and Exchange servers? Depends on your location. Really does. You know, you could be talking like $30,000 a year to, you know, $90,000 a year, depending on where you live. What jobs in IT will cloud computing fade out for sure in the next 5 to 10 years? That's a question for a video. All right. I got to go because, yeah, I got to get some hot tea with ginger. So, anyway, that's all I had for tonight. I'll do another live stream really, really soon. We'll plan it out. We have a couple live streams that we got to plan out. More videos coming all the time because I've been planning things out like crazy and recording things like crazy. And, you know, now, like I said earlier, I have a lot of help, so we'll get things done. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. Send me an email if you guys have any questions. That's the best way to contact me. And we'll see you guys on the next live stream when it's actually planned out. And maybe you can prepare for it. Grab some popcorn and chill and come and talk to me. Dakota, I will send you a message as soon as I get off of here. Vern, yes, I will answer your question. That last question, and then I'm leaving. Where can you learn the basics of IT, starting from a newcomer to an expert level? So it depends on what area of IT you want to get into. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different places out there that offer really great services. If you're looking at any of the CompTIA type certs, like you want to be entry level help desk, something like that, you want to get your A+, your Net+, your Security Plus or something, for instance. Free resource is Professor Messer. You can look him up on the YouTube. You can Google him, Professor Messer. I'm not going to try to type it out and spell it because I always screw up the spelling. He's a free resource for CompTIA certs. There's also Skillsoft. There's a link in the description for Skillsoft. They have a lot of great material there for entry-level knowledge. You know, you look in your CompTIA stuff there, your Cisco stuff, your Microsoft stuff. They have courses for all that. Also, IT Pro TV. There's a link in the description for IT Pro TV. They have all the same stuff. Each different platform delivers things differently, so just have to see which one you like the best. If you want Linux, there's Linux Academy. I definitely suggest these guys. I've been taking their Linux Essentials course, and I said earlier, I think I'm about halfway done with that, and I've learned a lot from it because Linux is not my strong suit. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. So hit me up an email and take it easy, and I don't know, that's it. Have a good night. Happy Sunday.